One Piece, the most heartbreaking characters after Ace's death warning. The list is in a random order. Every human will die. In One Piece, there are characters' deaths that make fans unable to hold back their tears. Ace's death is a huge loss to viewers. When Ace died, some characters could not come out of the shock and not accept this fact. Let's see who have been hurt the most. After Ace's death. 1. Luffy. Ace is the older brother Luffy loves the most. After Sabo's death, he didn't want to lose Ace. But the bad thing happened, in the Marineford War, because protecting his younger brother, Ace blocked Akainu's punch from Luffy. Ace's internal organs were burned, so there were only a few minutes left to say his final goodbyes to his brother. Ace happily smiled before leaving. He couldn't keep the childhood promise to Luffy, "I will never die," Luffy cried. So much, he couldn't surpass the shock and his mind was unstable, leading to unconsciousness. When waking up, Luffy couldn't forget Ace's death. He crazy smashed everything just to forget the moment where Ace had fallen in his arms. 2. Whitebeard. Whitebeard considered Ace his own son and loved him very much. He liked Ace even before meeting him, and after knowing that Ace was the son of his dead friend, Roger, he wanted to take care of this child even more. He is the initiator of the Battle of Marineford to save Ace. The Godfather cried when Ace fell and was hurt because he couldn't protect his child. Then, Whitebeard's anger flared up and punched Akainu endlessly, because he was the one who caused the death of his son Ace. At the end of the war, Whitebeard also died, and in heaven, he could meet his beloved son Ace again. Shanks and his other sons, members of Whitebeard pirates, left the graves, the final resting place of Godfather and Ace, next to each other. 3. Sabo. Sabo is the brother of Ace and Luffy. These three had the dream to become great pirates. After going missing, Sabo lost his memory and grew up in the base of the Revolutionary Army. After coming back from missions, all the base was surprised at the outcome of the Battle of Marineford. When hearing the name Ace, Sabo hurriedly looked at the newspaper and was shocked at the dead person. Ace's death made him remember everything in the past and realized that Ace was one of his brothers. He was so shocked that he lost consciousness because he couldn't accept this painful truth. Sabo writhed inside because he could have done anything about the death of his best friend in the world until he heard the news. 4. Garp. Accepting Roger's reliance, Garp adopted Ace and asked Deiden to take care of the child. He saw Ace's birth and loved Ace like his own grandson. Garp didn't want Ace to be executed, but since that was the path he chose, he could only accept it. When he saw Akainu kill Ace, he couldn't help but get angry, and if Sengoku hadn't stopped him, he probably would have killed Akainu too. When Ace fell down, he cried and thought about the cry when Ace was born. Before leaving, Ace also thought about the question he had asked Garp, "Do you think I deserve to be born?" 5. Deiden. Deiden raised Ace from his birth, and she was like mother to Ace, Sabo and Luffy. When knowing about Ace's death, she drank a lot. Seeing Garp and the Marines return, she didn't hesitate to hit Garp on the head and scold him for watching Ace die. She knew clearly how Luffy was hurt while Ace left him. This proved that she loved these two brothers a lot. Ace's death for her was like a mother has lost his son. 6. Makino. Makino had met Ace when visiting Luffy at Daiden's house. She loved these three brothers. When she saw Deiden hitting Garp, she stopped Deiden because she understood that Garp must be heartbroken too and didn't want to do that at all. Makino thought about the past memories with Ace and Luffy. She couldn't hold back the tears. Even the other mountain bandits couldn't hold back their tears. 7. Marco and Ace's crew. Marco had rarely shown his emotions, but he cried in front of Ace's death. It was the first time he showed sadness. He was the one who had given advice when Ace had been feeling lost and had cared about Ace very much. Except for Whitebeard, Ace is the only one who made him cry. Seeing Ace left, his crew couldn't hold back the tears and shouted his name. They didn't believe that Ace died in front of them and felt sorry to not be able to protect him. 8. Jinbei. Jinbei is Ace's friend. Because not accept Ace's execution, he was jailed. Thanks to Luffy, he escaped and was willing to give up his Shichibukai to save Ace. Jinbei was hurt a lot while seeing Ace left. Couldn't save him, he could just keep the promise to Ace, protecting Luffy. 9. Yamato. Ace is her only one friend, so she really appreciated Ace. Seeing Ace's Vivre card burn, she immediately ran out of home and wanted to go save Ace. But she couldn't do anything with iron handcuffs in her hand, and she blamed herself for not being able to save her only friend. She couldn't do anything, and the promise of sailing together between her and Ace could not be fulfilled. 10. Otama. Ace considered Otama as a little sister. Hearing what Luffy said, Otama cried a lot and blamed Luffy for saying such things. Because Ace had promised to bring Otama with him, she didn't believe and didn't accept what Luffy said. Ace and Otama were so close and had beautiful memories together. That's also why she couldn't bear to hear the news of Ace's death. This video generates characters hurt after Ace's death. Though Ace was not here anymore, it's probably the motivation for Luffy to become the Pirate King. Let's wait for One Piece's next episodes together and wait for Ace's. Moments later.